Okay, magbabalik po ang Hangout with Mamon.
Bye guys. Hangout with Mamon.
Kantutan with Mamon. Ay, mali.
How about
You're listening to Cool FM. Cool FM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Tondo's greatest hits are here. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews Primetime.
Apologies for the late entry into the newscast, but Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, this is koolNews Primetime. My name is Cairo, and here are the headlines for tonight. Classes are suspended in parts of Luzon and the Visayas on Wednesday, October 23, due to the effects of Tropical Storm Christine. So here are the following locations where class suspensions will be held. For Luzon, Nueva Ecija, all levels public and private. Bulacan, all levels public and private. Cavite, all schools public and private. Bulusan, Sorsogon, all levels public and private. Santa Magdalena, Sorsogon, all levels public and private. Pangasinan, all levels public and private. Sariaya, Quezon, all levels public and private. Bantaga City, all levels public and private. Tarlac City, all levels public and private. Lipa City, Batangas, all levels public and private. Laguna, all levels public and private. Muntinlupa City, all levels public and private. For Visayas, Cebu, all levels public and private. Victoria City, Negros Occidental, all levels public and private. And Panitan Capiz, all levels public and private. Now for the weather update, the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration in its 5 p.m. weather bulletin reported that Christine is forecast to make a landfall in Isabela or Northern Aurora on Wednesday evening, October 23, or early Thursday morning, October 24. It is also expected to develop into a tropical storm before it makes landfall. The tropical storm was located Tuesday afternoon some 390 kilometers east of Tuet, Cabias Norte, moving west-northwest at 50 kilometers per hour, with a maximum wind speed of 75 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 90 kilometers per hour. And that is the quick weather update regarding the tropical storm Christy. A high-value individual in the local drug trade was arrested in an operation on Tuesday afternoon, the Philippine National Police Drug Enforcement Group announced. Operator Scott alias Ross, a 30-year-old male from Navotas City, in the drug bust in Barangay 136, Bagong Barrio in Caloocan City. PNP-DEG said the unit seized one heat-sealed transparent plastic bag with a white substance suspected to be shabu crystal meth weighing a kilogram and valued at 6.8 million pesos. The suspect is under temporary custody at Camp Bagondiwa in Taguig City, while drug evidence will be transferred to the PNP Forensic Group in Camp Carmen and Quezon City. The recent dismantling of a significant drug operation has resulted in substantial drug seizures and the arrest of a high-value drug personality. This achievement clearly demonstrates our dedication to combating drug-related crime and enhancing public safety, PNP-DEG Brigadier General Elizar Mata said. A daily wage increase up from 33 pesos to 40 pesos for workers in private establishments and 1,000 pesos for household service workers or kasambahays in Western Visayas have been approved by the Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board. An additional 33 pesos has been approved for non-agriculture, more than 10 workers, currently receiving 480 pesos for a total of 530 pesos, and 35 pesos for non-agricultural 10 workers or less from the current 450 pesos to 485 pesos, Regional Director Secto Rodriguez Jr. said Tuesday evening. He said a 40 pesos increase was approved for agriculture workers currently receiving 440 pesos for a total of 480 pesos. Also approved was a 1,000 pesos monthly wage increase for kasamahays from 5,000 pesos to 6,000 pesos. The approved new wage order will be submitted to the National Wages and Productivity Council for review to ensure that the RTWPP has complied with the basic requirements. The House of Representatives Squad Committee cited Police Major Kenneth Albotra for contempt and ordered his detention within the Chamber's premises for supposedly lying before lawmakers. Upon Lincoln Party's Representative Stephen Baduano made the motion to cite Albotra for contempt on Tuesday, citing the latter's violation of Section 11, Paragraph C of House Rules of Procedure governing inquiry in aid of legislation. I move to detain Captain Albotra in the premises of the House until the committee report will be adopted in the plenary, said Baduano. No one objected to Baduano's motion. It was immediately then approved by Surigao del Norte Representative Robert A. Peppers, who serves as the overall chair of the committee. Albotra was invited into the public hearing after he was tagged in the murders of Tanuan Mayor Antonio Halili and Los Banos Mayor Cesar Perez. A technical glitch hit the baggage handling system at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3 on Tuesday, resulting in baggage retrieval and loading delays. Inquiry.net contacted the new Naya Infra Corp for an update on the baggage system's status, but has yet to receive a response as of posted time. Cebu Pacific, meantime, in the statement said it is already addressing ongoing technical issues with the baggage handling system at Terminal 3. We are working closely with the new Naya Infrastructure Corporation, which is also extending every effort to resolve the technical challenges as quickly as possible and restore normal operations, Cebu Pacific said. The airline said it has also already established a dedicated team to manage the situation, giving passengers the choice to have their delayed bags delivered to their destination or be picked up at the airport for domestic flights. The same options were given for passengers of international flights. Our teams are doing everything in their power to expedite baggage deliveries and ensure all affected passengers are assisted promptly, Cebu Pacific said. We understand the inconvenience this has caused and appreciate our passengers' patience and understanding. It added. Police Regional Office 9 on Tuesday has put up a 100,000 pesos reward for any information that would lead to the safe recovery of a missing United States citizen. On October 17, local police received a report that 4 armed men posing as law enforcement officers forcefully took American blogger Elliot O'Neill Eastman from his home in Sibuco town in Zamboanga del Norte province. They added that the suspects shot Eastman in the leg when he tried to resist and was taken to sea on a getaway boat. PRO 9 said it was also putting up 50,000 pesos for information that would lead to the location of the boat used by kidnappers. A crisis incident management task group has been formed and is working with the military and local government units in pursuit operations to locate and recover Eastman. Officials previously said they have yet to receive proof of life for the victim. Regional police previously said it warned Eastman, who hails from the U.S. state of Vermont and is married to a Filipino, of abductions in Sibuco and nearby areas. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation has since joined the search for Eastman. And Justice Secretary Justice Crispin Rimula on Tuesday said okay lang yun when asked to react to Vice President Sara Duterte's negative remarks, saying it was already clear how seemingly unstable her mind can be. Duterte earlier accused Rimula of not knowing the law after he mentioned that the Department of Justice might take legal action against her for her remarks about President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s father, particularly involving the desecration of Marcos Sr.'s remains. No, that's okay. I am used to that. At hominem and other means to react to what we say, that is nowhere for the job that I am undertaking, said Rimula in the press conference. Instead, Rimula just reiterated that the DOJ is studying the possibility of filing cases against Duterte based on criminal acts. He then further stressed how shockingly disturbing Duterte's statements were, especially given her former position as Education Secretary. How can we entrust our youth to such a person who can utter such words and reflect such thoughts that are against human decency and good behavior, said Rimula. I think it's just shocking, and we will just leave it at that, and I think we all know the score of what kind of vice president we have, how seemingly unstable her mind can be, and this country does not deserve a future with the kind of person like this, he added. It was earlier the same thing when Duterte accused Rimula of not knowing the law, as she pointed out that there was a big difference between talking about desecrating a body and actually doing it, saying that desecrating a body is not desecrating the dead. Rimula, for his part, repeatedly said that the DOJ is still studying what law Duterte could have violated. It is now 9:11 in the evening, and we will return with more national, international, along with the entertainment news, along with the latest weather updates on Typhoon Christine. When we return here on koolNews Primetime, we will be right back.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-Efficacent Oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang Efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of Efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
At talagang tuwang-tuwa ka pa sa pagligo sa alulod, ha? Umuwi kang ang bata ka at maligo.
Maghugas ka ng maigi, ha? Galing ka ba sa bukid?
Hugasan mo yung kutsara bago mo gamitin. Baka naihian niya ng daga.
Walang pinipiling lugar ang leptospirosis. Sa school, sa daan, kahit pa sa iyong tahanan. Maglinis, magmasid, mag-ingat. Labanan ng leptospirosis. Kung may posibleng exposure, konsultayo sa pinakamalapit na health facility. Para sa libreng konsulta at reseta, tumawag sa DOH Hotline 1555.
Panahon na ba natin magka-internet na mabilis at walang monthly bills? Yung 699 lang, 30 days only na. At 24 hours lang, may installan na tayo in serviceable areas. Panahon na natin mag-G-Fiber Prepaid!
At maligyan na sa gfiberprepaid.globe.com.ph.
Terms and conditions apply. See gfiberprepaid.globe.com.ph for more details. Promo runs from February 8, 2024 until October 31, 2024. Per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 185842 series of 2024. Promo runs from June 1 until October 31, 2024. Per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 194361 series of 2024.
Hey you. Yeah you. I know what you're thinking. You're craving something more. Something beyond the ordinary. Something wild. You want to explore. You want to connect. You want to feel truly alive. And you know what? You deserve it. So awaken that side of you. The side that longs for adventure. For the thrill of the unknown. Go ahead. Embrace the moment. Premier Condoms. Wild because you can.
Lumagas at gumandang pakiramdam ni Kuya Manuel Serratero.
Manuel Serratero. Ako po ay 68 na. Mataas na gulo, Talagan, Talatagan, Batangas. Pagkatapos ko sa umaga, ako po umiinom ng Malcapsule Plus C. Ganito, gumanda ang aking pakiramdam. Bilis kong nalalabas yung aking dino. At napapahingi na aking pagpulong at tumaka sa aking katawan. Kaya po kayong mga nakikinig sa akin ngayon, uminom po tayo ng Malcapsule Plus C. Dahil napakaganda po ng resulta sa katawan.
Ano pang hanap mo kasangga? Bumili na sa pinakamalapit na botika o drugstore dito sa inyong lugar.
Ohio! Don't you love it when good mornings start like this? Then like this. And then, wait for it.
A morning cup of soup?
Yes, soup. Try new Ajinomoto Soup and Go and make it your new morning habit.
Comes in creamy corn, creamy potato, or creamy pumpkin.
Great with bread too.
Magandang araw! Aming ipinakikilala sa inyo ang Magnum C. Ang Magnum C ay purong herbal na mula po sa Moringa olifera o malunggay na may kombinasyon ng xanthan or mangosteen. Alam po natin kung gaano kaganda ang malunggay sa kalusugan ng tao. Ang malunggay ay tinatawag na Tree of Life o Miracle Tree. Tinatawag ring superfood dahil sa napakarami nitong benepisyo sa kalusugan ng tao. Para laging healthy, samahan ng pag-iingat sa pagkain, samahan ng ehersisyo at Magnum C. Mapalit na sa tanang butika, pharmacy sa inyong mga lugar.
Fujidenzo believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fujidenzo? Just like families and companies trusting Fujidenzo, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD inverter appliances. Fujidenzo, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenzo. Quality above all.
Namiss kita. Ikaw pa rin ang hinahanap-hanap ko. Alam ko you're still the one. Buti na lang, mas affordable na versus previous price. Ang best tasting creamer para sa kape mo. Coffee Mate.
Ay, bakit kaya may sakit na naman siya?
Mga kababayan, ang pagbabakuna ay subok, epektibo at ligtas na proteksyon na ating katawan laban sa mga sakit. Simula sa ika-7 ng Oktubre, sa pagtutulungan ng Department of Health at ng Department of Education, maaari nang makapagbakuna ng libre sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Sa isang bagong Pilipinas, bawat buhay mahalaga.
Protect Chan.
Yakult.
With proper diet and exercise.
Yakult.
Helps gut health.
Yakult.
May 8 billion live LCS.
Yakult.
That may reach the intestines alive.
Yakult.
Helps improve digestion.
Yakult.
Helps balance out bacteria.
Yakult.
And helps boost immunity.
Yakult. Kaya panalo ka, Chan.
Ang galing! Pangmatagalan!
Parang tayo lang, Han, no? Everest Appliances.
Babe, ano ever best decision mo in life?
Siyempre, building a home with you. Everest Appliances. Health, wellness, energy saving. Ever best from Everest.
Kulang na yung pensyon ni Lolo. May dagdag pa kaya yan?
Tropa, paano ba magkaroon ng pensyon?
Yung interest sa SSS at GSIS, pwede kayang mas mababa.
10 years na akong teacher. May makukuha na kaya akong pensyon?
Para bawat tanong, may sagot. Para isulong ang kapakanan at karapatan ng mga miyembro at pensyonado ng SSS at GSIS.
Para sa mas malakas at matibay na pension system.
SSS, GSIS, Pensionado Party List. Bawat Pilipino, dapat pensyonado.
mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon. Kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solastomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno ng flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Pagsapit pa lang ng alauna, alam niyo na, JKS na! Samahan si Mark Corrales sa isang oras na kwentuhan, tawanan, at kung ano-ano man. Tuwing Sabado, pagsapit ng alauna ng hapon.
Magandang hapon po, it's gusto ko Sabado, JKS.
Sumama na sa kwentuhan sa JKS. Gusto ko Sabado! Dito lang sa nag-iisang hipili na Mark. Cool FM.
Feeling good while you work. Cool FM.
Welcome back to koolNews Primetime. Vice President Sarah Duterte accepted calls for her to undergo a mental health examination, but only if 2025 election candidates will take drug test. Duterte said in a chance interview on Tuesday that she has no problem with a psychological test and that she is even willing to take a drug test as long as congressional vets, especially those calling her unstable, will go through the same as soon as possible. I don't have a problem with that, we're game. But let us make this an election issue, she told reporters in mixed Filipino and English. So what we're going to do is two tests for me, because they said I am unstable, but to me, they are also unstable because why will they attack? When they reply, they attack, they become angry, she also said. My demand is two tests for me and one for them, she continued. The Vice President then asked for the assistance of the Philippine Medical Association to set the guidelines for mental health and drug examinations, pointing out that they should be conducted by an independent third party through health follicle testing. It should happen now. Let's all take the drug test. I'll even add the neural psych for me. The doctor replied in mixed Filipino and English when asked when the examination should be done. Former Senate President Vincente Tito Soto Tutoy on Tuesday said that the taxing Philippine offshore gaming operations did not legalize them. Soto, who was in Q-side look guest on Tuesday, said it was the President's prerogative to prohibit BOGOs and defended Republic Act 11590. The legislation passed during his Senate presidency that amended the Internal Revenue Code to tax BOGOs. It's up to the president. The president should have stopped it, but he allowed it. Congress allowed it. They allowed it. So what did Congress do? What Congress did was, hold on. The government isn't benefiting from that. Let's tax it. We did not legalize it. We merely taxed it, he said. The good thing is, we know who is paying, who is legal, and who is not. That's why we discovered the illegal ones. So instead of criticizing Congress that approved taxing POGOs, it should be praised because now the illegal ones have been discovered and stopped, he said. If somebody felt allowed then to declare POGOs illegal, I would have voted for it, Soto added. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has assured the Philippine Coast Guard that they are never alone in their mission to protect the nation. He made the remarks during the 123rd anniversary celebration of the PCG in San Harbor Port Area, Manila on Tuesday. This administration reforms and supportive efforts that will improve your fleet and our air assets as well to maritime domain awareness, weapons capability, and necessary infrastructure development. This will boost your capacity to respond to any operations, Marcos said. Be assured you are never alone in carrying the weight of this mission, he added. Marcos also recognized the challenges faced by the PCG such as climate change, rising sea levels, and geopolitical tensions. Patrolling a coastline that spans over 37 million kilometers and watching over our executive economic zone is no small feat, he said. But to do this with the added weight of isolation, the dangers of unpredictable seas, and the constant pressure of protecting our resources, then it becomes more than just a job. It is a responsibility that speaks to the core of what it means to serve this country, he added. During the ceremony, Marcos also presented awards to Coast Guard districts, stations, personnel, vessels, and aircraft that showed exemplary performance in the previous year. First Lady Lisa Arieta Marcos, Transportation Secretary Jimmy Bautista, and PCG Commandant Admiral Ronnie Gavan were also present at the event. Time for the business news. Global growth is expected to ease slightly to 3.2% this year and remain at the level in 2025, the IMF announced Tuesday, while warning that the stable figures mask important regional and sector shifts. In this new World Economic Outlook report, the International Monetary Fund also estimates that global inflation will continue to ease, hitting 5.8% this year before falling to 4.3% in 2025. We are seeing inflation moving in the right direction without a major slowdown in economic growth or a global recession, IMF Chief Economist Pierre Oliver Gorin just told AFP in an interview ahead of the report's publication. In our baseline analysis, in advanced economies, inflation will be back at central bank targets in 2025. He continued, adding it would take a little bit longer for emerging markets. The fund's WEO report noted that global growth is expected to trend to a lackluster 3.1% by 2029 and warned of growing risk to that metric. Beneath the relatively calm outlook for growth to 2025, the picture is far from monolithic, the fund said, warning of important sectoral and regional shifts taking place over the past 6 months. The WEO's publication comes a day after the IMF and World Bank annual meetings got underway in Washington, bringing together finance ministers and central bankers from around the world for meetings on the health of the global economy. The report finds that the United States has remained an engine of global growth, in sharp contrast with the euro area, where expansion remains low. The world's largest economy is now expected to grow by 2.8% this year, down ever so slightly from the 2.9% seen in 2023, but still a shade better than the fund's previous estimate in July. It is then expected to ease somewhat to 2.2% in 2025, up 0.3 percentage points from July, as fiscal policy is gradually tightened and a cooling labor market slows consumption, the IMF said. The U.S. economy has been doing very well, Gorin just said, pointing to strong productivity growth and the positive effects of a surge in immigration on economic growth. He added that the United States is very close to achieving a soft landing, a rare feat in monetary policy, where inflation falls to within targets without sparing a severe recession. In Europe, growth is still trending higher, but remains low by historical standards and is on track to be at an anemic 0.8% this year, rising slightly to 1.2% in 2025. While France and Spain saw upgrades in their outlook for 2024, the IMF cut its projections for German growth by 2.2 percentage points this year and by half a percentage point next year, citing its persistent weakness in manufacturing. There was some good news in the United Kingdom, where growth is projected to accelerate in both 2024 and 2025 as falling inflation and interest rates stimulate domestic demand. Growth in Japan is expected to slow sharply to just 0.3% this year, before accelerating to 1.1% next year, boosted by private consumption as real wage growth strengthens, according to the IMF. The fund expects the growth in economic output in China to continue to cool, easing from 5.2% last year to 4.8% this year, and then falling further to 4.5% in 2025. Despite persisting weakness in the real estate sector and low consumer confidence, growth is projected to have slowed only marginally, the IMF said, pointing to better than expected net exports from the world's second largest economy. The slowdown in India looks set to be more pronounced, with the IMF penciling in growth of 7.0% this year, down from 8.2% in 2023. It is then set to slow even further to 6.5% as the pent-up demand accumulated during the pandemic runs out, the IMF said. The IMF expects growth in the Middle East and Central Asia to pick up slightly to 2.4% this year, before jumping to 3.9% in 2025 as the temporary effect of oil and shipping disruptions fade. And in sub-Saharan Africa, the IMF predicts that growth will remain unchanged at 3.6% this year, rising to 4.2% in 2025 as weather shocks abate and supply constraints eased. And finally, in the entertainment news, the Metro Manila Film Festival has unveiled the second batch of its entries, completing its lineup for this year with moving offerings starting crowd drawers such as Vilma Santos, Vice Ganda, Vic Soto, and Adine Lustre, and Julia Barreto. The announcement was made by Metro Manila Development Authority Chairman Don Artes, who has the annual film festival devoted to screening only Filipino films from December 25, Christmas Day, to the first week of the following year. The final 5 films, chosen from a pool of numerous high-quality submissions, highlight the festival's commitment to presenting a diverse array of stories, from heartwarming tales and comedies to thought-provoking dramas and epic adventures, ensuring a rich cinematic experience for audiences of all tastes, the MMFF said. So here are the first and second batch of movies that will be screened in Metro Manila Film Festival this year. My Future You, Uninvited, Topak, Hold Me Close, Espantajo, and the breadwinner is Green Bones, Strange Frequencies, Haunted Hospital, Himala, Is a Musical, and The Kingdom. As we commemorate our 50th year, we look back with pride at the growth and achievements of the Metro Manila Film Festival. But more importantly, we look forward to the future it helps to shape, one where Filipino cinema continues to strive and inspire said artists. Meanwhile, the annual Parade of Stars will resume on December 15, while the Gabi ng Parangal will be held on December 27. And that concludes koolNews Primetime for tonight. As always, we will continue covering the latest weather coverage on Typhoon Christine later on Hangout with Ramon, and tomorrow on koolNews at noon. With that, if you have any suggestions or feedback you would like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Till then, I'm Carl. We will see you tomorrow. Good night. And now we will return to Hangout with Ramon.